A few weeks back, I published a video about my Go stack, my silver and gold stack that's been set aside and ready to go if ever a get out of Dodge event should happen. Viewers offered some awesome suggestions for improvement, which I've listened to. Changes were made to my Go stack. Let's get into it. Now, it's not likely that a get out of Dodge event will happen to the majority of us, so preparedness sort of takes a back seat to our immediate daily concerns. But it happens. I was pleased to see a few other stacker channels address this subject also, focusing on getting out of a city environment. It's a valid concern, absolutely. Still, what I thought was lacking was a concrete plan of how to get out of the city when the unforeseen occurs. One point of view was to sell your silver because it's too bulky and heavy. A valid point. That was from the YouTube channel Gold and Silver Stackers. A lot of you said my Go stack was too heavy at 40 pounds. I agree, and I pointed that out in the video. Balance it out with less silver and more gold. The opposite position was taken by another YouTube channel I watch frequently, Silver Seeker. While he agreed on the bulk concern, selling off your silver to exchange for gold didn't seem like a wise decision because of the upside price potential that silver has compared to gold. Those were both good, informative videos, but seemed incomplete. Neither addressed the issue of preparedness. Running out the door during a crisis event while stuffing things in one's pocket isn't a plan. To recap my prior video, a few years ago we were under a level 3 evacuation order from the sheriff's office due to a rapidly approaching wildfire. Our go bags were at the door, but they weren't ready. It took us a few hours in the middle of the night to get them truly ready to go. Stuff was missing. Camping gear had been taken out. They had become essentially backpacks with toilet paper and a change of socks. So at that point, we decided that we had to get our ducks in a row and truly be ready to go at a moment's notice. Now, back to today. I prepared a hard-shell case with a portion of my stack, not all of it, to be ready to grab out of the safe and go. To not be in a position of deciding what goes and what stays in a time of extreme stress. The case has to be ready, always. I also thought it a good idea not to try to take the entire stack. There are highwaymen, carjackers, crooked government officials, and bandits along the way. Anything we take with us is at risk of loss. Anything we leave behind is at risk of loss. So it seems best to split the stack to spread out the risk so we're not vulnerable to losing everything. If getting out of Dodge means crossing a national border, then there are other factors to consider. Most have some sort of regulations on how much precious metals can be brought across the border. Always check with the relevant authorities for the latest information. Let's look at one scenario. You're traveling close to a border, you get lost, the GPS takes you in the wrong direction, and you accidentally cross the border, and then encounter Border Patrol agents on the other side. If you're packing $60,000 in gold, you just might have a situation. Rebalancing the entire stack is not the answer, in my opinion. Rebalancing the Go stack is the answer. Here's what I've done. I've removed the generic silver rounds and reduced the number of 10-ounce silver bars to just 5. That gets the weight down to 17 pounds. Why is 17 pounds important? Because that's the max buoyancy for this case. Up to 17 pounds, it floats. What I'm left with are 6 tubes of American Silver Eagles, 5 10-ounce bars, 10 common date piece dollars, and some gold. Now that's grab and go ready. Store it in the safe and leave it alone. We started by talking about getting out of the city with your stack. I don't think my exact setup is going to work well for that. I'm out in the country. My get out of Dodge scenario involves a car. For those living in a dense city, that may not be viable. A smaller size case that would easily fit into a backpack is a good option. You're portable, you're lightweight, you're mobile. This Pelican M40 micro case looks good. What's important is to be prepared, to have something ready to go that works for each individual situation. Here in Oregon, they recommend to be 2 weeks ready. to be able to survive for 2 weeks on your own without help from emergency responders. Historically, a 3-day supply was commonly recommended. That out-of-date thinking assumed that responders could reach anywhere within 3 days of a disaster. Current guidance is 2 weeks. If a go bag isn't ready, imagine the stress and chaos of trying to get food, water, clothing, and medicine together, while at the same time trying to sort through a stack of bullion to decide what goes and what stays. I think I have a good plan here. By separating out some of the stack in advance and organizing it into a grab-and-go ready case. It's still stored in the safe along with the rest of the stack, just separate it out. Let us know how you feel, and be sure to hit that like button if you found any of this useful. Thanks for sticking around until the end. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.